So let's take a few minutes and talk about marketing channels. Channels. The channels, or the frequencies, or the wavelengths, or the pipes you're going to use to reach a mass audience. If you're going to take your fast-growing startup business up to a much higher level, you're going to have to reach a lot of people, and you're going to need to use some mass marketing channel to do that. So here are a few channels that some use. One is the channel of what you might call cold marketing, canvassing. These are things like outbound telemarketing, where you get telemarketers to just call everyone, go through the phone book, or call a list of people. Another one might be door-to-door selling, where you just walk up to doors, they open the door, and you say, "Hi, want to buy my product?" Another one that's common is blind direct mail, where you just mail to a zip code. Some of these strategies work. Typically, my experience is they work for experienced people who understand them. That's why they've earned the reputation and the name cold prospecting, cold canvassing. The next is what you might think of as traditional mass marketing or mass media. And the basic strategy here is to buy inclusion, to be included with the broadcast message that's going out to a lot of people. An example of this might be buying a little ad in the New York Times. You know that that thing is going out to millions of people, and you know you're going to be included. You're going to get to ride along. Another example might be placing an advertisement on a show that 1 million people watch. You know it's going out to 1 million people. You're going to just get in there and hope you jump in front of them. Or placing a banner ad on a mass media site. You know that they've got millions of people, and you know your banner is just going to show up in front of a lot of people. Broadcast, just sending it out there. Some examples of this are things like public relations. To some extent, trade shows are this way, although they're a little bit focused. You're just kind of standing there, and hopefully all this traffic's going by, and you're going to meet your prospect. Some basic affiliate marketing, the kind where you just make a product and you put it up on one of these affiliate networks, and you hope a bunch of people pick it up. Maybe email, co-reg databases, big databases of millions of people that someone will just broadcast your message to. Mass marketing, okay? The idea is to ride along with someone else's message and hope that your prospect sees you. Now, another channel is the existing customer relationship channel. And here I'm referring to the existing customer relationships of others, not you. So this can also be kind of a broadcast where you're, paying for inclusion or paying to be delivered, but instead of just going out to the world with a little bit of targeting, now you're going in with some endorsement and some trust, and there's an assumed relationship in some way. So an example of this might be an endorsed marketing piece, where, and this is probably the strongest version of this, where you find someone who has a successful company, has a lot of customers, they have a good relationship with their customers, a lot of trust, and you say, "Hey, I sell something that would be complementary to your product or service. Will you send all of your customers a communication that tells them about me and says that I'm great and recommend that they buy from me?" So that's kind of riding in on an existing customer relationship, endorsed marketing. In some cases, you might think of some bundled offers as being this. So, we use the example of a company like Dell. Well, a lot of computer manufacturers will go and they'll bundle pieces of software that you didn't want on the computer and that junk it up in the first place but sounded good when you bought the computer, and they'll bundle them together and they'll say, "If you buy this computer, we'll throw in all of this free software." Well, the person who's selling that software kind of got bundled in there, and so now they're also selling their product through an existing customer relationship channel, right? They're riding in on the buyer, the customer buying channel. You might consider things like targeted direct mail to a rented customer list, right? This is kind of over on the gray zone a little bit of this. but you still get my idea. It's someone that bought something like what you're selling or related to what you're selling. You know that they're a buyer, and so you're coming in through that channel. Retail, right? Someone's in there buying stuff and they could buy your thing. Another one that I think of as being potentially a version of this that I like is search marketing. Either search engine optimization or pay-per-click search marketing. Why? Because the person that's there is a customer of the search engine. They may not be buying from the search engine, but they're using it to do something that can be just as powerful as buying, which is they're showing up and typing in search phrases, which means they're looking for the thing. So search marketing, in a way, you're riding in on that customer relationship with someone who's already expressed an interest in the topic. Jay Abraham, who is a brilliant marketing genius, someone that I've been fortunate enough to talk to a few times. I spent some time with him recently, and I heard him say that if he had all of his fancy marketing techniques and tricks taken away and he can only have one, what would it be? And he said, endorsed relationships. Because that's the most powerful, endorsed relationships. It's a great place to start. And then finally, we have what you might call one-to-one marketing. And that term's been used a lot, but just we're using it in this context to mean to motivate or incentivize an individual to refer or sell others. And so this might be like a network marketing model or like a word of mouth or a viral model. The internet has made creating viral or word of mouth marketing much easier than it's ever been before. But I've known very few people that could do it. I've known very few people that could do it. Typically people that are very talented at it, really understand it. And David Ogilvy had a quote about word of mouth marketing. He said, "No one knows how to do it on purpose." And he said, well, at least I don't. I'm not saying that really there's nobody that knows how to do it, but don't rely on it, okay? Rely on response-based marketing, where you're going out, finding good qualified prospects, sharing your offer, and asking them to convert.